glass of wine or refill your plate. Very short presentation here, but I want you to be comfortable. So find a place. We've got some seats here, and I'd like to introduce to you our host this evening. We have a number of hosts, and I'll let our actual host of this beautiful home, Pat Cortez and Manuel Martinez, start.
Thank you all for coming. I'm going to let you go first.
Well, thank you for coming. I'm glad to see a lot of my, I'm not going to say old friends, but a lot of my friends here, like Judge Cisneros, and who, by the way, Judge, I want you to know, I want everybody to know, he tried to put me in jail one time. Ruben Valdez, and Councilman Paul Lopez was here earlier. So I'm Michelle, good friend, Mark Cordova. So I'm just glad to see that all of you came to support Senator Aguilar. Please make sure that you help yourself. We have plenty of food, plenty of drinks, and we are so proud of Senator Aguilar. She is a rags to riches story. We need to keep her in the Senate to push through those kinds of issues and be successful on those issues that are important to our community. And Juanita, are you supposed to introduce? Who's supposed to introduce?
I think I'm next.
Okay. And this is my woman here.
Thank you. I'm Pat Cortez, and I also want to express my my support to Senator Aguilar, and you all are supportive of her, or you wouldn't be here. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for your continued support of her. In our community, and thank you for all that you do in our community. Z Verafino, I thought you left. I was going to say a joke about you, but now that I saw you, I have to tell you.
Go ahead.
Z, as you know, is a champion of our community, so we're always so honored to have you. And with that, I'm going to introduce Senator Boyd. She is a longtime supporter of our community, and we're so happy and honored to have her in our home. Senator?
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here tonight with Senator Aguilar, with Irene, and to be here representing the Senate. My Senate district is right across Wadsworth, so we are pretty close neighbors. And you know, somebody already talked about Ruben. We had to be sure that there was at least one of my constituents here. So. But it's good to see so many friends again. Some who I have seen quite recently, and others not quite so recently. But you know, we've got a wonderful winning team in the Senate Democratic Caucus. And as the President Pro Tem of that caucus, I am so glad to be here to encourage everyone who's here to be supporting Irene, because she has been just a wonderful addition to our caucus. She is the most recent member of the caucus, and as I sit as the chair of the Health and Human Services Committee, she has been a very valuable part of our committee. Her medical knowledge is just, you know, it's right there, and her common sense is incredible too. So I am so happy to be here to introduce to you Senator Aguilar, and to let you know how much the Senate is standing behind her and wants her back as a part of a winning team. Wow. So, Senator Irene Aguilar.
And Pat and Manny escaped before I gave them a public hug. Manuel, I'm sorry, but I'll give them a public one later. I want to thank all of you for coming, and I would like to ask, because I don't know if any of you noticed this, but I had this incredible host committee. Could all my hosts raise their hands, please? I'd love to see and have you acknowledge. Thank you so much for helping make this event successful. I owe great thanks, obviously, to Pat and Manuel, and to my new best friend, Juanita Chacon. Juanita is a champion for the Latino community, and really for anyone who needs help. She's just such a wonderful lady. And if there are any nice single, no. You know, last time I did this, I forgot to introduce my family. So I'm going to really quickly introduce to you, and I told him to try and look nice, but he couldn't quite do it. My husband, come over here. This is my husband, Dr. Tom Boss. What I want to tell you about my husband is, even though he's a widow, he loves my family. And we tease that he's my sugar daddy and I'm the social conscious, because he believes in all the things that I believe in, and he's really invested in helping us make a difference in our community. And then, of course, the person who introduced me and gave my award-winning speech that allowed me to be elected to the Senate, my daughter, Meg Watts. Meg is 16 years old. She's a junior here in high school. She has an identical twin sister who many of you know. Some of you have had a chance to meet. She's pretty significantly disabled. And Amy, unfortunately, doesn't like chaos, so we didn't want to inflict this on her. Meg has been incredibly supportive through all this. I do have a son who's 18. He just started at my alma mater, Washington University in St. Louis. And so he couldn't be here today, although I don't know if I would have been able to drag him here anyway, to tell you the truth. You know how it is with 18-year-old boys. And, you know, I think the fact that my son is at my alma mater is really a significant part of my story, because I was the first one in my family to get a 4-year degree, and I was the first one in my family to get a doctorate. And just the other day, one of my nieces started community college, and she didn't really like it, and she ended up leaving, and she said, you know, I feel like such a failure because everyone in the family thinks you have to go to college. And I thought, just one generation of getting somebody to go to college, and the norm in the family is that everybody goes to college. And I think that's what we need to see happen in our community, is that we need more people who are being recognized for the intelligence that they have, are being supported through that, are being given the encouragement they need to take the next step. I was going to be a science teacher until my science teacher said to me, your boyfriend there thinks he's going to be a doctor and you're smarter than him. The little tiny things that happen that change your life and put them on a new path. And so I want to thank all of you for being here and supporting me, and I want to let you know that I've set 3 goals for myself during the Senate. One is that I'd like to see us have universal access to health care in the state of Colorado. I would like to be sure that that the day that I leave this earth, that my daughter is well provided for by a strong safety net and the recognition in our family of the value of people with disabilities and in our society. And last but not least, I would like to see that I am no longer a minority in the physician population, but one of the majority. I think we need to have more women, more Hispanics, more African Americans, not only as physicians, but in all our parts of leadership, you know, leading in every role in which they take. And I think it starts with a good education, and we need to push for a good education. But I think a lot of that also comes from having leadership there, making sure that the path is clear, that our people are allowed to vote, that our people have access to quality education, and that they know it's possible. And I want all of you to think today about the next time you meet a student who really stands out to you, just tell them they're smarter than their boyfriend or girlfriend. Thank you all so much for coming. Oh, thank you. I forgot, he told me, I forgot my staff before too. My treasurer isn't even here, I would have remembered to introduce him. But Owen Perkins is my lovely communications director, and he designs this wonderful website and newsletters that you see. And my friend Susan Lontine, who believed in me and talked me into running for this seat. So thank you guys.
All right.
I'm going to stop myself because I could always talk forever about any subject now that I'm a politician. If I need to also remember to thank Senator Boyd. She has done so much on the Health and Human Services committees over the years in the House and the Senate. And every time there's an award related to Health or Human Services, there's Senator Boyd, so I'm sort of glad she's leaving. No. just done a great job and been a great advocate for all our people. The last thing I forgot to do is recognize Ruben Valdez, our former Speaker of the House. Thank you again all for coming. Please enjoy yourself and have another drink. And if I haven't gotten to talk to you, please come up and say hello. Thank you.
Give my card.